Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So what I like to do is to hold each deck up to the camera for you to see if it's resonating with you. Starting with deck number 1. Could your story, excuse me, or message be here in deck number 1? Or is it in deck number 2? Is your story or message here in deck number 2? Or could it be deck number 3? Is your story or message here in deck number 3? All right, so I hope you have made your selection. We'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. And today I have the story die in addition to the card. So you have an angry face on yours. So I don't know, maybe there is something upsetting that will be revealed, or maybe this is talking about a recent situation that you're upset about. Maybe you're just not happy with the situation. Maybe something about your life in general has just been frustrating. It also could be talking about an enemy or someone who really doesn't like you or who's upset with you. Somebody who is giving you the side eye, doesn't really rock with you like that. So yeah. So that is what you have for your story die. Let's go ahead and begin with the reading. You have the Hermit, the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, overall energy, the Tower, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. All right, so overall energy being the Tower, I feel that maybe something has been disrupted in your life, especially following like the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like there's some sort of a foundation or something that you felt was security may have fallen apart. You know, I just kind of feel like maybe something had been established on a weak foundation, so it is, you know, crumbling. And maybe something had to happen to put you on a different path. I just feel like with the Hermit here, maybe you're seeing things in a different light, like something is very enlightening. I feel like maybe something has caused you to go within and really sort some things out. Something definitely could have been like a learning experience. Maybe you also, you know, could have been released from a job, or maybe a relationship crumbled. But all of this, I feel like, had to happen to make you pivot or go in a different direction. It also could be that something is being revealed. Maybe you weren't aware of something in regards to your family or the company that you work for, or the community that you're in. and it's just some sort of revelation that you're having. But afterwards, I do feel is going to be like peace is going to follow afterwards. So if this was some sort of a job that fell apart, it kind of forced you maybe to see what else you know how to do. Like, okay, well, I spent all this time at this company, what else do I know how to do? And a career change is something that you needed because maybe you didn't know that you had this other talent. Maybe you don't know that you're going to make more money. Maybe you don't know that you need to run into, someone significant at a new job. So, whatever fell apart, I feel like it happened for a reason. Same thing in regards to a relationship. Maybe a relationship had to fall apart so that you could find yourself again and know the things that you need and understand the things that give you peace and balance in your life. So there could have been a situation that fell apart too with someone else. In a love situation, there's a possibility that someone, now that they're single, they had a breakup, maybe this person is available and they run into you. And so had this person not, had that breakup, you guys wouldn't have met. So there could be an earth sign coming towards you. It seems like you are going to have some time trusting or allowing someone to get too close to you. I feel like you're coming off a little guarded in regards to, this opportunity, this being presented to you. Whether someone asking you out or even if it's like that new job opportunity, it kind of seems like you're still a little hesitant about it. You also might be torn. Maybe something happens where now you're having to weigh your options or weigh the pros and the cons, or you're comparing two different situations, two different jobs, two different people, and you can't make some sort of decision. Yeah, I feel like you are going to have to make some sort of decision, and it's like you're trying to listen to your intuition to see, what direction you should go in. For some of you, this could be denial about something that was revealed. I don't know. Initially, it seems like you were receptive to what was being revealed to you. And then, I don't know, maybe you start to have doubts, or you don't fully believe something. So another thing I'm seeing here is the possibility of being observed. If you aren't the observer of someone or several people, then you are being observed. Okay, I feel like maybe someone is coming off as different people, and so you're not trusting. That may be why you're not trusting of some sort of opportunity. Like you receive a message and you're kind of like, I don't really believe, like, what is this? And something does seem like it could be a trick. Yeah. Something seems like a trick or a scam. And so it's requiring you to have like a closer examination of what it is. It seems like you're not on board with something off the bat. You're like, I need to see more, or I want to wait and see. Or maybe someone told you to do something and you were like, you do it first and then I'll see if it's authentic. And so you want somebody to, do whatever it is first, and then maybe you'll give it a try. So I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's an application for something. I'm still getting an energy of like having like a change of faces. Somebody's like, they keep switching and wearing like these different garments, different disguises. I mean, if you're an entertainer, maybe you're just studying, doing some sort of character study, and really trying to tap into someone's energy. I also feel like somebody is deleting something because they're like, oh, this is a scam. And so I feel like somebody is deleting something. There is a possibility that someone may be trying to hack into your account. Excuse me. So if you're on social media, I feel like you're sharing a lot of things. I feel like you're wanting to find people who can relate to you. And then I also kind of feel like there is some sort of apology or forgiveness. Someone may be asking for forgiveness or trying to apologize, or maybe you are doing that to someone. It seems like something feels more balanced and you feel more encouraged. It looks like someone is trying to express themselves or share something personal or private with you. There's a possibility that someone is wanting to gain your trust, so they're trying to be more open or vulnerable with you, especially if it's an earth sign or a water sign. I kind of feel too like somebody is trying to say something indirectly because they know you follow them on social media, and they're trying to make peace. Someone is trying to make peace, especially after some sort of chaos or a hectic moment, or even like an anger, a moment of anger. Like maybe someone blew up and went off, and now someone is more balanced or at peace. And so I feel like there's a possibility that someone is trying to apologize or make amends. I do feel like you're agreeing to peace. Even if you do forgive someone, I feel like you're going to want to keep your distance though. If you are an earth sign, I feel like you're going to go through some sort of a healing. It also feels like you're trying to be patient, or you're having to learn patience. It seems to like maybe being more vulnerable is helping you. You sharing with other people is also healing or therapeutic for you. You also might be going to therapy or trying to get advice on something that is just really confusing to you. I feel that someone is trying to clean up a mess. It just seems like someone is like putting out fires or trying to clean up some sort of a mess. It's still some things that I feel like need to be cleared up. If someone feels like they were done wrongly at their job, they could receive some sort of compensation or an apology. Spiritually, you might feel connected to someone and feel confused as to why you keep dreaming about them. I do feel like something could be revealed to you. I also feel that someone could be coming to you as a healed or changed person. Doesn't have to be romantic. It could be anybody that you feel destroyed your life. And this person may be just trying to make peace. Maybe something's been going on where their soul is kind of disturbed until they make peace with you. That could be somebody's father, an ex, somebody's friend, family member. And like I said, like a company that may have wrongfully fired you. Health-wise, I feel like somebody is recovering. Yeah. Health-wise, definitely looks like someone is recovering. It looks like a full recovery. Yeah. Something could have ruptured. Maybe something had to be removed. Maybe something was going on that doctors needed to figure out. But in a health related situation, it just looks like something is healed and recovered. Career wise, it does still look like someone had to pivot and go in a different direction and got a job offer. At first, maybe you were angry, but it's like now you found like this new job and you're over it. You're like, well, I'm good now. And so you're kind of fitting in or settling into a new position. There is a little bit of sadness or loneliness associated with career. If you're having a career change or you transfer departments or something like that, even if you feel settled or happy in your new position, there may be moments where you still feel sad or miss your old coworkers or something about your old job. But I feel like you're still fitting in comfortably. Going back to a health situation, I don't know if a female especially had to have something removed, like a hysterectomy. It's kind of like sad, but at the same time, you're healthy. Maybe there's just kind of like a sadness of knowing that, your reproductive organs are, removed. So it's something that's kind of like bittersweet. I also feel like someone maybe is going to therapy or has finished therapy after realizing something in regards to their mother or something about the family, paternity situations. If you're learning about your DNA, I feel like you feel this sense of fullness or completion, but there's still some sort of disappointment. Like maybe you thought you had Italian ancestry, or you thought you were South African, but you're West African. Like something's going on where like you have fulfillment, you have the knowledge and understanding, but you're still kind of sad or disappointed. You might not want to listen to what an air sign has to say, or an air sign is guarded or blocking you. If there is some sort of a guard up, eventually I do feel that someone is going to let their guards down. I feel like someone is hiding behind their strength, hiding behind their responsibilities or obligations. I feel that somebody has been trying to avoid you, or you have been trying to avoid somebody. Someone's definitely been trying to cover up their vulnerabilities, or their sensitive side, or their nurturing side. And I kind of feel like this had to be done for protection. Yeah. But like I said, whatever that distance was, or that guard, it looks like eventually it will come down. And it also looks like somebody might have a secret attraction. If somebody is in a relationship, there may be, like, let's say you're in a relationship, somebody might be aware of that, so they're keeping their distance, but they're still attracted to you, or vice versa. Like, you might be attracted to someone, but because you know they're in a relationship, you're going to keep your distance from them. All right, so let's see what messages there are for deck number 2. All right, so your story die is a heart. So maybe, you know, you could be finding love or feeling emotional. You also could be intuitive or speaking from the heart. Maybe you're just feeling really emotional or sensitive. This also could be talking about following your heart or needing to follow your heart. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to follow your passions or to do what you love. It could be that someone reveals their heart to you or is expressing their love for you. This also could be telling you that you're needing to focus on your heart chakra. Maybe you're needing to nurture it, or maybe it's being activated. All right, so we have the Six of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Empress, the King of Swords, the Five of Cups, overall energy, High Priestess, Ace of Wands, and the Page of Cups. All right, so yeah, definitely dealing with intuition, matters of the heart. I feel that there is something happening that you're unaware of, or maybe you've been praying for clarity or for answers, and you know you are being guided, like your spirit or your guides are guiding you, and you're just kind of like going along with it, playing it by ear, and basically just going along with the flow of things, because it's like, well, you know, I may as well trust what I feel. So yeah, I do feel like you're just being asked to trust the process, even though you're still in the dark about certain things. I feel that you also could be guided towards a water sign, an air sign, or someone who is just very nurturing in general. I feel like you are also patiently waiting for something to materialize, especially, you know, something something physical like wealth or a home or a car, something that gives you comfort. It's like a material desire, and you're like waiting for it to manifest. And it does look like, there is a pregnancy. I feel that the universe is pregnant with your desire and, your wishes. And it's just a matter of time. Something is growing and developing in darkness and going through stages of development that you just can't see. But all you can do is trust and be patient. So for the most part, that's what I kind of feel like you're being guided to do. I do feel that you're going to have clarity. At some point, you're like, okay, I've been just kind of drifting, trying to see what the universe had in store. But now I feel like I'm ready to get off of this ride and make a decision. And it does look like maybe you decide to cut your losses or cut your ties. Maybe you were trying to hold on to something emotional, or maybe it was giving you some sort of emotional comfort, but you're realizing that, you're stuck in the past, or you have to let go of the past. It also could be you just kind of like confronting your past issues. Now, I also feel that someone misses you. Someone misses you. Maybe you miss them too, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It can also be, someone who's not here anymore, especially a mother or a mother figure, or someone who was just very nurturing or understood you. Yeah, you might have to have some sort of emotional purging. And, someone, like I said, could be missing you too. Now, whoever misses who, I kind of feel that it's still an ego issue, because people aren't willing to admit that. Like, somebody doesn't want to admit that they miss you, or you don't want to admit that you miss somebody. It's a prideful thing. I feel too like you're going to experience some sort of remorse. Something is happening where you're having to go through changes, and this might be a change that is difficult. It also looks like initially you were going with the flow of change, and then something happens and you're like, this is so hard. Like, I don't want to change. I want to stay the same, or I don't want this situation to change. So you get a little stuck for a minute because your emotions start to get the best of you. It also kind of makes me think like you're doing something and you just kind of like stop because you're tired, and you might end up having some sort of a pity party, or, a woe is me moment. You're just like, well, where's my recognition? Where's my flowers? Where's my love? All of this stuff you're thinking about just kind of like pours down on you, especially if you feel like you've done a lot for other people, or have been, unconditional in your love, and it starts to feel unrequited, or some kind of rejection. But I do feel like it's just, a moment to, get in your feelings, and then you straighten back up. And then, like, if you don't relate to this, or it's not happening to you, then it's happening to somebody around you. Somebody is grieving around you, or going through a sad time, or having a sad moment. But yeah, I kind of feel like something is happening where you're going and you're going and you're going, and then you just kind of like say, I'm tired, like you want to quit or something. But you just need a break, an emotional break. You do need to kind of purge. There also could be sorrows in regards to fertility. I don't know if someone miscarried or decided to terminate a pregnancy, but I feel like somebody is feeling guilty about it, even if something wasn't your fault. Yeah. So also, by being an empath, it could be that you're being visited by a spirit, or a spirit is just, I don't know, passing through your living space, and you can feel whatever emotions they were experiencing. And so it might be weighing on you, the emotions of a spirit that is around you or near you. And I have a theory too. If you've ever lost anyone that you love, and one day you just get like super emotional and, crying tears, and I kind of feel like those might be the times where that person's spirit is near. And this is just my theory. I kind of feel like they're visiting, but because y'all miss each other so much, it's just overwhelming. So I do think that could be happening too, because it does look like something about a spirit either visiting or passing through. Now something also looks like a literal traveling situation or moving situation. It's possible that someone is having to travel for work, or someone is being transferred, or someone has to relocate for a better paying job. Now, also because this is good for entrepreneurial spirit, I don't know if something's going on where you're disappointed, where either you have to let go of your career, your self-employment, or what was I getting ready to say? Or like if you were able to work from home and now you can't work from home, you have to go out and drive to work. There could be a little bit of sadness with that. I feel like somebody is moving or relocating or transferring jobs though. I also feel like something is happening and you wanted this to happen, but when it starts to happen, then you start to feel sad. I feel like something might not hit you until you're in a process of change. In regards to a relationship, it's possible that someone just wants to move on. There could also be some sort of disappointing news in regards to a relationship, or maybe you or your partner just have something sad that happened and you're talking about this with each other. I feel like you are going to receive an answer, confirmation, or some sort of message from a water sign. Excuse me, it also could be like you having like this dream and you wake up from the dream crying. Even if it was a beautiful dream, it evokes a lot of emotions. If you were confused about how a water sign felt about you, I feel like it's going to be made clear. It looks like the feelings are mutual. I'm hearing the name Eve for somebody. It looks too like in general you are faced with these decisions where it feels like you're at a crossroad. And I kind of feel that something is going to be placed on your path. It's like an opportunity to change your mind. It's like, are you sure you want to continue down this road? I also feel that you are ignoring your heart, or someone is like trying to tell you to follow your heart, but then you try to talk yourself out of it. But at some point, I feel like you're going to be glad that you did follow your heart. I feel like somebody is intervening in your situation, but in a good way. Now, there is a possibility that someone could be sad because they're finding out that somebody is pregnant, and so you have no choice but to let somebody go or to walk away because you found out that they got somebody pregnant. In a love situation, I feel that there is someone observing you. This person might be interacting with you on social media, just trying to establish some sort of a connection with you. Yeah, I feel like there could be an air sign coming towards you, an air sign or a fire sign. Now, you also could find yourself revealing something or sharing some sort of news, especially more so with the public. It could just be to someone personal, but it looks like you're sharing something publicly. This is usually like an internet post. Or I don't care what form of internet it is, but it's like social media, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, whatever the case is. I just kind of feel like somebody is saying something or sharing something publicly. Yeah, so that emotional moment, it does just look like you're reminiscing, you're thinking about the past. You might get really emotional. A lot of emotions might come up that you didn't know you had. But I feel like it's good to get it out. If you're moving, something is bittersweet. I feel like there is, like if you were in a situation where you were confused about your living situation, I feel like that is coming to an end. I feel like you're going to hear back from someplace. And so you know what you can do or where you're moving to. And so you're happy, but it's still something's about, I guess, your past that you're going to miss. Yeah. So I kind of feel like you're both celebrating and grieving change. All right, so let's see what messages there are from deck number 3. All right, so your story die was the pause. I don't know if you have a pet or something, or you've been thinking about getting a pet. This is also making me think of Blue's Clues. Maybe there has been some sort of clues being left out for you. it kind of makes me think of footprints as well in the sand. But that always kind of makes me think about that old picture I know my mom used to have. Now, mind you, we're not Christian, but that was a beautiful little plaque about those footprints. I think it has something to do with you thought you was alone, but those footprints that was like Jesus or God walking beside you. But I kind of feel like that's what this is leaning towards too, like seeing those footprints, like you think you're alone, but you're not. Yeah. You also could be consoling in your pet if you have one, like maybe your pet is the one that you console with when you're feeling down or feeling blue. All right, so we have strength, 2 of Cups, 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands, Knight of Cups, overall energy, 5 of Cups, 9 of Swords, and 2 of Wands. I'm sorry, Swords. Okay, so I feel like in the past, or maybe in this moment, you've been upset about something. Maybe you've been having anxiety and just like worried, wanting to make a change, not knowing what to change. It does seem like maybe in the past you took a risk and feel like it didn't pay off, or you wasted your time. But yeah, I feel like either in this current situation or the recent past, like you were grieving over losses. But I feel that you are coming out of that with the Strength card. I feel that you're just kind of transmuting that energy, and it's, you know, the saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I kind of feel like that's what you're doing now. You're standing tall. And then, like I said, somebody beside you. So I do feel that there is somebody besides you, whether it's your pet, a spirit, or a person, you know, in your life. Even if it's or especially if it's a new person, there could be a new relationship that is forming. Maybe you were lost or felt like, you know, you weren't going to find anybody, or maybe you have been grieving about, you know, just loneliness in general. And then you realize that there is someone that you have, or someone coming towards you. There definitely could be someone deciding to pursue you. Maybe this person needed courage to do so. But it looks like someone is courageous and standing their ground and going after what they want. So definitely could be pursuing love. Now, I kind of feel at some point, if this, you know, in this love situation, that maybe you start to fight it for whatever reason, or you're trying to resist it, or maybe you're trying to set up some sort of boundary, or your defenses go off. I don't know, something goes off. Maybe you don't want to allow yourself to be emotionally vulnerable or something. But I kind of feel like somebody is like, let me in, like, I want to love you, or I want to show you that I care about you. So I feel like somebody is going to continue to try to break down your walls until you let them in and trust them. And it does look like that could be happening. I feel like you also could end up having a strength to follow your heart. It does look like the universe is trying to pressure you into stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something that you're passionate about. And that, I feel like, is what's going to end up happening. The universe usually will make your situations so difficult that you're, forced to do something different or go in a different direction. I feel like you're doing things out of love, or you're being shown tough love. Now, something also kind of feels like a surprise for some reason. It kind of feels like your eyes have been closed, or you were wearing like a band over your eyes and spun around, and then the universe is like, okay, take off your blindfold. And you're just like, oh my God, universe, like, thank you. Like, I really feel that something's happening where the universe is going to surprise you. And then in a love situation, it could be a water sign, or a Leo, or someone who is just very romantic. I do feel that there could be someone who kind of melts in the palm of your hands. Like, you have something over this person where they just kind of like curl up. They're like, oh my God, like, I'm not like this with other people, but with you, I become this big softie. And I kind of feel like there is someone that just kind of like conforms to you. They're attracted to your inner strength, or it's just something about you that they're drawn to. I feel like you're also just matching up or aligning with things that are for you, even if it's not a relationship. I feel like you are aligning with, the perfect job, or the perfect home, or, whatever this is. It just seems like you're in alignment. You're being matched. So I feel too like after this disappointment that may have been going on, your faith is being restored. Your strength is being restored. I feel like the universe is nourishing you, doing something that's going to keep you going, doing something that is going to encourage you. So you might receive something that you've been praying for, because the universe wants to perk you up. The universe wants you to know that they've been listening. It does seem like there is this good news on the way, or some sort of excitement. I feel too like the universe is placing someone in your life that you both want and need for the moment. It's like this is what you need. This is, and it could be romantic, but if it is not romantic in nature, it's still a soulmate. It's still someone who is sent to help you in some way. And you are likely going to help them too. Maybe this person has information that you need. Maybe this person is going to be your emotional support, especially if you've been having to cry alone, or, don't have any emotional support. This is someone who can do that for you. Yeah, so like I said, it doesn't have to be romantic in nature, but it's a soulmate. And this is helping to restore your strength. It's for encouragement. The universe doesn't want you to give up. You could be having like a very heart-to-heart conversation with someone. You also might receive some sort of news about your financial situation, news that you have abundance or security coming in. There could be an agreement to share. Now, after something is made clear to you, I don't know, I get this stubbornness. I feel like somebody still doesn't want to trust what they feel or listen to their intuition. Yeah, even after something becomes clear or apparent. So, similarly to the message that some people didn't like, it could be a situation where somebody is like being very forthright with you, but then you don't want to believe it. It also could be an opportunity that seems too good to be true, so you ignore it. Okay, there is someone who becomes angry when they're hurt or emotional. I'm also getting something about someone behaving in a way or becoming very defensive when they're emotional. I'm getting something about trying to overcompensate. Okay, so I feel that you are going to have an opportunity to confront your insecurities, or maybe something's happening where your insecurities are coming to the light and you're having to just kind of like stand your ground, despite the fact that you feel very emotional about something. It also looks like something is being done to guard or protect. I don't know if you feel like you need to guard or protect your emotions, especially if you feel threatened or attacked. Something could feel spiritual, like feel like a spiritual attack, and you're trying to fight it or stand against it. Uh-oh. You also might need to defend what you feel. Trying to see what else this is I'm picking up. I feel like somebody could be afraid of what they're feeling, especially if they don't want to be vulnerable. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like somebody getting aggressive when they're vulnerable. If you have a pet and it's been acting crazy, it could be a spirit in the house. And it does seem like there is something that could be trying to communicate with you, or something that is trying to get your attention. It's possible too someone is trying to force you into making decisions that you're not ready to make. So, take your time with your decisions. Don't feel like you have to rush into something. If you do feel like you need to make sure that something feels right for you, then do that. Now, one other thing I am seeing is a possible attraction that you could be having with someone, but you guys are trying to resist each other for whatever reason. Maybe there's just an underlying trust issue on both ends. People being suspicious, thinking they're going to be hurt, or that somebody's playing with their emotions. So two people who are attracted to one another could be trying to resist each other, more so out of fear. You might be very surprised to find out who has feelings for you, or if someone speaks in your defense, you might be very surprised by their act of courage. I also feel like somebody is speaking the hard truth. Somebody is like being very honest with you when they're expressing how they feel, or that they're sorry, or that they've been thinking about you. Somebody is just like trying to be so honest. I think it's just surprising. I feel like somebody might do something very thoughtful or very kind that just catches you off guard. Also, if you thought someone didn't notice you, you're going to be surprised that they do. Even if this is like about job recruitment, you're going to be like surprised that someone was interested in your resume. You're like, this company wants me? Yeah. But I feel like you also are being admired because of your transparency or your honesty. All right, so hopefully that helps. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you all love and grace.